There we go. All right, all right. Go ahead and wait for people to come back on. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Friday AMA session. Hola, Dania. ¿Cómo estás? Welcome, everybody. We're going to wait for more people to pile up on here, and then we'll go ahead and get started. This will be a quick session, so going to go ahead and wait for people to get on, and then we'll just elaborate on the past and the future. Let's see. Gracias. ¿Y tú? Let's see. Got to figure out how to. Still working on my Spanish. Haven't had time to practice. Let's see. Todo bien. How's that? Estoy bien. Hello, Jeremy. Hello, Jaya. Hello, hello. We'll give it probably another 30 more seconds, then we'll go ahead and jump right into the AMA session. So I guess while we're waiting for everybody, I'll go ahead and give my spiel. I'm Roy Sola, CEO of SolarWindToken, and these AMA sessions are meant to be informative sessions just to keep the community in the loop of what's going on, what we've as we move on into the future. Let me know if you guys can hear me just fine. I've been having some connectivity issues for some reason, which I shouldn't have since I'm in the office. So, but yeah, as we move on into the future, these will get a more and more formal, especially as the funds come in, more people, more guests. So that's what we're. Thank you, Zanya. So that's what we're intending to do into the future. Yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and get started. So, as you guys know, last week we concluded the contest, and we have paid out some of those winners, but we're still pending the top three. So, again, if you guys heard your name last week, and on Twitter, Telegram, everywhere, if you see your name, be sure to claim your prize. If we still don't have those winners come up, then we may have to pick some new winners. So make sure you don't miss out on your prizes. They're definitely getting paid out. You can ask the number 5 and number 4 winner. They've already received their prizes. So be sure to collect your reward. So pretty much to pick up from where we left off last week, what up, big country? But to pick up where we left off from last week, we are still in the process of getting the MVP out so that we can get everything tested in the alpha phase. We had some good meeting with our developer last week, and we have a lot of good vision for some new things that we want to implement into the future as well. It's still way too early to elaborate on that, so for the time being, I'm not going to talk much about it or talk about it in this AMA session, but just know that our vision is definitely not narrow, but it's very, very broad, and we expect to touch on we expect to touch on a wide horizon of not just solar, not just crypto, but beyond that. So moving into the future, it's more of the same, still looking on more partnerships, closing more deals and everything. The process has definitely been slower than what we would have hoped, but you can rest assured that me, Archie, and the entire team is working on making sure that we get something solid, not just for the back end development of everything, but also we know that especially for the holders, you guys want to see something with your eyes, see something wrapped up in a pre-package, and that's what we're working very hard to get done for you guys. And I mean, you guys who've been here from the very beginning, it's definitely been a wild ride, and we're continuing to make those improvements each and every day where we can. So yeah, that's kind of what we're doing right now. Kind of all of our efforts are laser focused on just getting those partnerships done like we see. So part of those partnerships include venture capital, private investors, and the whole shebang. So as we grow and we're getting more publicity each and every day, it's only a matter of time where we get those big partners that we've been seeking. And you guys know how the game works. So but yeah, that is pretty much it that I have for right now. Just going to keep on trying to get those done. We'll go ahead and open up the session for questions. Last week, you guys brought some really, really good questions. So if you guys have anything else, feel free to bring them on. Oh, also elaborate on the listing that we're getting from Gorilla Diamond. And I want to give a huge shout out to Gorilla Diamond and the Gorilla Diamond community for the listing. It's definitely going to be something big for SolarWind Token, and I am very, very excited for what the future holds in that partnership. Again, thank you to our girl Crypto Deb for giving us that representation and getting us that listing. It was definitely something that she pushed to help us get onto. So we as the SolarWind community are very appreciative to Deb, to Crypto Deb, and the Gorilla Diamond community, and we're going to grow very, very big together into the future. Deb's already surpassed that 1,000 goal. She's well into the thousands now. So let's get to that 10,000 mark, 100,000 mark, as well as us getting to that 10,000 holder mark, that 50,000 holder mark, 100,000 holder mark. It's definitely. You guys can still hear me, right? My computer is okay. I think you guys can hear me. It's not giving me any feedback on my mic. So, but yeah, yeah. So as we grow, those are the milestones that we plan to hit. Growth may be slow at some times, but it's only like as future goes on, it's going to seem like it happens overnight. But you guys who have been here from the very beginning most definitely know that it's been a work in progress. So to all those new holders that get here, whether it's new or, oh, she's at 2.6, congrats, nice. But yeah, to those new holders into the future, let's say you join in at that point where we're at 10,000 holders, just know that this most definitely did not happen overnight. And when you guys see the fluctuations in the market, just know that we started small and we are where we are. Just have faith, and we'll get to where we need to be. So, yeah, again, huge shout out to the team on the back end and to all you soldiers on the front end. We definitely appreciate the hard work and the work that you guys are putting in to spread the name. Let's keep it going. So, let's see. Opened up for some questions, like I said. Is there anything that I can elaborate on that I may not have touched on right now, or that you guys are looking to hear? We answered a lot of good questions last week, so let's see if there's anything new that pops up this week. I hope you guys have been having a good week, a good month of October. To everybody out in Europe, I know Oktoberfest is probably going on right now. I'm not sure if it's just a Germany thing or if they do it all throughout Europe. You guys could let me know. We do it here in the States, so I would imagine they would do it. And by the way, for those of you who are seeing the 555, that is how that is ha 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 in Thai. So it's kind of like code that we've been using as a team. As you all know, Wade is from or works in Thailand, so 555 is just ha 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 ha. This is the way they laugh. Yes, sir, big country, beer and Oktoberfest. They haven't started it here yet, but I imagine they would here in the next couple weeks or so. Okay, so I'm going to elaborate on how the staking feature is going to work on the D app without, yeah, I'll just give a very rough picture without getting too much in detail with some of the new stuff that we've been trying to finalize on the back end. But essentially, how the staking is going to work is, and correct me if I'm wrong, Anvesh, the staking, we're going to have about 3 different options: long-term, short-term, and then a flexible way to stake. So the long-term staking, you're going to stake your tokens, and it's going to be more strict. You won't be able to remove your tokens out of there. However, you do get a much larger rate of return. That percentage will be a lot higher. Mid-range will be a shorter time for a smaller percentage, and then flexible would be probably the smallest percentage that you guys can earn, but you'll have the flexibility of depositing your tokens onto the platform and then withdrawing them whenever you feel. So it'll have lots of flexibility to hopefully encourage more people to hold on to their tokens long term, and that would allow us to be able to do a lot with it as well. It's kind of like you guys are loaning us your tokens to be able to get more work done, and then as the price increases, then well, not even as the price increases, but like as the longer you guys stake on the platform, the more interest, the more reward that you guys will be given. So ideally, we would like to have as many people hold flexibility. So that's where those 3 options are going to come into play. Does that sound about correct? Kind of like what we've been talking about, Anvesh? Without going too much in detail with it. All right. And oh, yeah, not to mention, if you guys haven't checked the Bitcoin has surged up to 60 something thousand. Let's see, I just got a notification. $61,700. So it is definitely performing very well as we've been expecting, almost at its all-time high. So let's just keep on encouraging Bitcoin to do its thing. Even when it hits a dip, we all know that this is going to be inevitable. So just make sure you buy the dip, hold strong, and let's ride this thing to 100,000 and beyond. So the DApp testing is going well. As we move further into getting closer to getting completed, our engineer, he's kind of doing his own tests, and whenever he comes up with problems, that we kind of solve it internally for now. He's asking the questions, so the alpha phase isn't quite, but whenever it is, we'll be getting a video prepared that we can share with the community. Hello, hello. Hello, Cookie. All right, so good questions. I'll give it a few more minutes here. If there's no other questions, then I'll go ahead and wrap up this session. Let me see. Another question. How secure is the D app? So the D app will be very secure, and that's part of the process why we are taking our time with it, making sure that we test it on our end first, and then we do the beta test with a smaller control group before we release it to the public. So that process will include audits and everything to make sure that it can't be hacked, and all of your tokens and all of your money will be safe and secure. All of your information will be secure. So security is definitely our top priority with the D app to make sure that you guys can trust it and you guys will feel safe with it. Is the token secure? Yes, the token is very, very secure. Let's see. Addressing Meesum's question. Let's see. Yeah, so the token is secure, and this kind of goes back to the very beginning of the project. We've gotten our check rate audit completed. We have the liquidity locked until 2023. I can't remember everything that we've done, but pretty much the tokens and your money is going to be pretty much untouchable. So no worries there. It's very secure. What is the plan for global expansion? So I'll re-elaborate on our global expansion plan again. So as you guys know, our ultimate global expansion plan is to reach global government. And how we're going to start with that is working with these local governments, taking some of that responsibility and taking it on as our own. As we start with local governments, we're going to start with bigger governments for smaller countries, such as El Salvador or other countries as well of that caliber. And as we prove the concept on these different stages, then we're going to go bigger and bigger until we ultimately get with these bigger government contracts. So what that entails is us getting these smaller partnerships on the back end, ultimately bigger partnerships, making sure that we are compliant with all the rules and regulations with the government, and just growing the team. Let's see. What can we expect? This is Aishwarya's question. What can we expect in this bull run with our project? So I'm not sure exactly what you're asking in regards to that question. Is that more of like expectation in price or the plans that we have with the bull run? We are anticipating just to continue with our roadmap and making sure that we get everything done. And if accumulation of the right things happen at the same time, then the bull run could be very impactful, or it's pretty much we're operating in a way to where no matter what the market does, we're kind of independent of it. So let's see. Ritu's question is, when will the D app release? No time, no exact date for when it will be released right now, but we are working through getting some of the kinks done with it on the back end before we go into that alpha phase and that beta phase. So let's see, when will the D app launch? So that's kind of the same question that I answered for Ritu. It's kind of like a duplicate question. So yeah, but the first iteration is almost done. It's only a matter of time before we get it out there to the public after we do all the tests and security checks. Good to see you too. Good questions, good questions. All right. SolarSwap. SolarSwap is going to be on the D app as well. So that's definitely going to be something once we get the D app out that will encourage our community to spread the name for people to use SolarSwap. It'll be a nice, easy way to be able to purchase SolarWind token and pretty much other tokens as well. So everything will be BSC for the time being. So that's what we're going to stick to, that blockchain. Let's see, another question from Ashara. Aishwarya is if we can have AMAs with other members as well. Yes, we certainly can do that. I'll need to figure out how to. Not everybody is in the area, but I do intend to have another AMA session with Archie once he comes up here to visit. As we grow and get more funds, we'll eventually be able to have an AMA session with the entire team all together once we're able to travel. But that's something that we can work on as well, is kind of doing like a live streaming session where you guys can see all of our faces and chat with us. Let's see. Yeah, we'll definitely hang out with you in Germany. Yeah, we've already been trying to make plans to get to Germany and to all over Europe. So yeah, if we moon by then we can all have a party together. How about that? Let's see. Shams asked if we have any upcoming listing news. Not at the moment. Still just a matter of funds, and we're still holding on our positions about getting listed onto Bitmart as our next step, and then going with the tier 1 exchange afterwards. All right. Good question. Let's see. Any preview on the Jesse's question is any preview on the DApp beta testing? I feel like I've answered this question before. We're still kind of working on the back end of it, and once that part is complete, then we'll have a video preview for everybody to see how the operation will work for the DApp before we go into the alpha testing and then the beta testing. Yeah, we'll all have our Oktoberfest beer. All get together. We'll meet in Germany and just have a good time. We could probably even sponsor it. SolarWind sponsored. Excuse me. All right. Huddle to 10 cents. Yes, I like it. But we're probably going to go beyond that. I know a lot of my friends are playing the hodl list. You can't hold it forever. You eventually have to take your profit, but the profiles are teeny tiny, so I can't really see who you're talking about. I myself am a Cowboys fan, OSU and Dallas and Arizona Cardinals. So I know a lot of the people out in Europe and Asia probably don't even follow American football, but if you do, go Cowboys. But yeah. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for your time and for joining me on another Friday AMA session. Hope you guys have an excellent week, and let's pray that next weekend we'll have some big updates for you guys. So yes, diamond hands all the way. All right, everybody. Have a good weekend, and I'll talk to you next week.